Joining us on the phone today is Shannon Walker from Northwest Battle Buddies. Good to have you with us today, Shannon.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, we have never had this kind of excitement about a guest before, and we've had lots of guests on in the last couple of years. We mentioned you would be on today, and I got a flurry of emails wanting more information on you and your organization. So I think that's a testament to what you do.
Well, thank you so much. I think that's wonderful, and it's very encouraging because it's a lot of hard work at times, but I will tell you it's about the most fulfilling thing I've ever done, is providing service dogs for our wonderful veterans.
Yeah, let's get this out the way now. Can our audience go to northwestbattlebuddies.org to get more information?
Yes, all spelled out, northwestbattlebuddies.org. They can also go to our Facebook page and like our page, and absolutely.
Great. So hopefully some of the people who were listening in yesterday and wrote to me will catch that. But you talk about in an article that I first got about Sergeant Matthew Thompson got used to falling asleep to gunfire and explosions, and when he got home, he was okay until July 4th when the fireworks went off, and lo and behold, July 4th is coming up Monday. Should we take special precautions if we've got, some service members?
I think as a courtesy to our American heroes, absolutely, letting them know that we are aware that they're there. And if we are going to be doing fireworks and stuff like that, even letting them know when it's going to happen or maybe what our timeline is. And that way they're not surprised. It's stuff that catches them off guard that is what I have found is the most startling when we're out working with our service dogs and we're doing that. It's when something catches them by surprise. That's when they feel most vulnerable. And if we can just let them know, show them that courtesy, thank them for their service, and just give them that honor of thinking of them on this day, I think would be a great thing to do.
Absolutely. Shannon Walker joining us here. This is Dr. John. I was curious about the role that the dogs played. Tell me a little bit about that, because I have a family that's just, animal crazy and loves them, and I wanted to tell them about this. What exactly does the dogs do?
Well, our dogs go through about 350 hours of training, which takes about 7 months. Within that 7 months, the veterans go through about 2 months of that training, learning about their dogs, learning about how to lead their animal through life, and handle the dogs successfully. So they are truly a team. And what these dogs do for them, they are their battle buddy 24/7. They have their back. The dogs also do a lot of practical things, but one of the main things that they do is when the veteran, who has PTSD, has a trauma or a flashback or even a nightmare. First of all 31 out of 32 of our dogs are waking our veterans up from night terrors and nightmares, which is unbelievably significant. And then the other thing is that even through flashbacks during the daytime, the dogs interrupt those moments and bring them back to the moment of now and bring them, get them out of their mind into now, feeling comforted, feeling protected. And it's really life-changing. These dogs are such a lifeline to them. The minute they come and seek help, healing begins, and it's a wonderful thing to observe.
Man, I read the statistics about Thompson we talked about earlier. 11 to 20% of vets from post 9/11 Iraq and Afghanistan are diagnosed with PTSD. That is incredible number of people. I was shocked by that number.
It is, no matter, our goals in 4 years, we've provided 32 service dogs to 32 veterans, and they are 100% free to the veterans. And even though our numbers are much, much higher than that, no matter how high our goals are, unfortunately, we'll never be able to meet the need. But at least we are doing everything we can to serve each veteran, one Northwest Battle Buddy team at a time.
Shannon, let me ask you this: How many veterans are participating in this kind of program throughout the region?
You know what? Honestly, I can't answer that question. I know that we have a waiting list of over 4 years old, and those who have qualified, we have over 50 that are waiting. Well, and they're going to be waiting at least a year and a half, if not more.
Well, Shannon, what is the holdup? I mean, is it the fact that there's no funding available or no dogs available, or the fact that it takes so long to train the dogs and the vets?
It's money.
Yeah.
It's just money. Because if we had, right now, from our organization, we have one paid staff member. I founded the organization, and I am the trainer, and I am the president. However, I'm a volunteer, and I'm doing all this on top of my other job.
Wow.
And even with that said, we have provided 32 dogs in 4 years, whereas if we had, and all of our funding is private, it isn't from the government. And so we do fundraisers. We're really blessed to have third people and organizations across the United States do third-party fundraisers, which is significant. Mm-hmm. But the more money we have come our way, the more people we can professionally hire so we can get these dogs out faster and better, because we can actually hire people to do it.
Yeah.
Other than using the volunteers that we have. As grateful as we are, we need to be much more efficient at getting them out faster so our veterans don't have to wait so long.
Our guest is Shannon Walker. She heads up Northwest Battle Buddies. And I guess another question I have is, in Northwest, some people may think we're talking Northwest Louisiana, but you're talking about Northwest USA. How do we get dogs or trainers in our area so our vets can be helped?
You know what? We are a national organization. I actually have veterans in Wyoming State, and in the next group of veterans, we have veterans coming from all over the United States. That's as far as what we do. So we do serve the United States, even though the name is Northwest Battle Buddies. Mm-hmm. As far as what other people can do to find, unfortunately, we are located in Battleground, Washington. As far as what other people are doing looking for help, one of the fastest growing organizations in the United States is service dog organizations. However, what's unfortunate is they are lacking in their quality of the service dog that they are providing, and there isn't the backup of support to ensure the quality of the animal to serve our veterans. And so people can Google that and they can look, but they really need to check out the organizations carefully, to make sure that the service dog that they do fall in love with truly is serving them. And I will tell you this, even if they're across the United States, they can apply at our organization, because we are a national organization. And my goal long term is definitely getting satellites across the United States so people from Maine don't have to travel all the way to Washington.
Right. Great idea. Again, sort of a question of interest here. Is there a particular type of dog that makes the best buddy for veterans?
You know what? I always tell people, they ask me what the best dog is, and I tell them a well-bred one. And so, we actually do take dogs out of shelters too, but what we look for is we look at dogs that not only are large enough to serve a practical purpose for our veterans, like bracing and balance and things like that for the veterans who need it, but the dogs also have to fit in society. They need to fit at our feet on an airplane. They need to fit, when we're asking society to accept these service dogs with open arms, then we need to make sure that we show respect and there's convenience on both sides. But what we do personally, we go with young dogs, 2 years or less. They're very guidable. They're social dogs, and those are the dogs that we start with. So we're not a breed-specific organization. We have pit bulls, we have German shepherds, we have healer mixes, lab mixes, beautiful golden retrievers. So we actually have a mixed bag in our organization, because it really does come down to health and temperament and size.
Shannon, we thank you for your organization. We thank you for your time today, and we'll keep referring people to go to northwestbattlebuddies.org, or they can email northwestbattlebuddies@gmail.com or your Facebook page. We really applaud
Absolutely.
you for your work with vets. Thank you very much for your time today.